there's something I should mention. While your account is still new, you can take advantage of Hearthstone's Recruit a Friend feature. So, while your account is under level 20 across all classes, you can be recruited by a friend. So the recruiter will get rewards for every new player that they recruit, but you yourself, as a fairly new account, can get a pack when you accept a recruit invite. So you can go to this recruiter friend sign up here thread, and there'll be a bunch of recruiter friend links that you can click on. You'll be prompted to log into your account and click claim rewards, and then you'll get a classic pack in game. Okay, so we've just finished the tutorial, and we are now going to unlock the rest of the classes.
Jaina versus Rexar.
Let the hunt begin.
You asked for it.
So something
Throw back expensive cards so you can draw them later.
something that's not mentioned in the tutorial is that you get a coin when you go second. So a coin basically gives you 1 extra mana.
You're
Basically
going second,
helps.
so you get the coin.
Here we go.
Use it wisely.
Basically helps regain the disadvantage you get from going second. Don't need to play this turn. So tracking. It's a pretty good basic draw for Hunter. You discard the other 2 cards that you don't pick though. Okay. So he didn't completely kill the card, but a good option here, we could either coin and hero power and we'll play the engineer, or we could just play a raid leader.
Handle it!
And do that. Save the coin. Ah, second Grokkosk. Oh, okay, that's a bit annoying. Let's draw a card.
I hope you like my invention.
Let's just play the Bloodfen.
Hit it very hard.
Let's go face. That way he's forced to decide between Raid Leader or Bloodfen. This does 1 damage. Basically, Battle Cry is whenever you play a card from hand, it summons that effect. We have an option. We can coin Boulder Fist.
Hit it very hard.
Locked and loaded.
Alright. I mean, usually I would trade
Hit it
this,
very hard.
but in this sort of playing against Innkeeper AI, you don't have to. So we do that, we could draw, we could play Oasis Snapjaw.
Hit it very hard.
Alright, so what can we do this turn? Our 6-3 Boulder Fist is under threat, so we gotta look to clear this board somehow. Let us draw cards. We have mana to do so. Now we have the option of doing double Arcane Explosion. Let's do it. That way, we preserve both of our minions.
I've got a huge gun.
Okay. So any other way, we could have lost another minion. Let's draw a card.
I hope you like my invention.
So we can calculate our damage. We had 8, 14. So we were 3 off. We can play this instead.
They'll never know what.
Let's trade that in. Protect our 6-1 Ogre. So now, if the hunter wants to survive, he's gonna have to kill this. He's gonna have to kill both of these. Because we have 5 on hand. Fortunately, that was not enough. So there we go. Oh, nice. Now we have Frostball. Frostball is a really strong basic mage card. Deals 3 damage to a character for 2 mana, and you freeze it. So it's basically half a Fireball. Because Fireball is 4 mana and does 6 damage. We can continue playing with Mage, or we can play Hunter. We'll try the Hunter deck.
Rexar versus Garrosh.
Victory or death! Let the hunt begin.
So we got a few options here, but I'd say we remove those and keep the 2-3 mana costs. When a minion costs a card is called a 3-drop if it is a 3 mana minion that you can play on turn 3 and has decent stats. So this is basically a 3-drop. We don't have anything this turn, so we just end turn. Play our Raptor. Fiery War Axe. So Warriors is one of the classes that mainly has weapons. Other main classes that have weapons are Paladin and Rogue. Hunter also has weapons. I think here we should coin out a Snapjaw. It won't die to the weapon.
Tazdingo! Yes!
So now we can... Oh, we have the option of a Houndmaster. This is a really strong Hunter basic card. Because it gives this minion +2/+2 and Taunt. Comes to 4/6. The only thing is that we can't kill this. So... Let's go with the notion that we need to kill this turn. So let's play the Ray Leader.
Handle it!
Arcane Shot. Attack. To bring that down.
Don't mess with Tusk.
So now we can do Houndmaster if we want. It's decent. Now, sure this survives. We'll trade here. Because otherwise he would have 3 attack to kill this. And let us go face. Well, that's always a punishment. So we could trade it instead. And this guy could have killed our raid leader, but chose not to, so... Could use the second arcane shot, we don't have to. The issue here is trying to keep this alive. So we could do this. Try and control the board a little bit.
Locked and loaded.
And since we intend to kill that and protect this, we should attack with this first. Trade. If we had done the other way, we would lose out on 1 damage.
Forward! Charge forward!
Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. So basically what happened was your charge minions have +1 attack. He has 2 of them. This gets +2 attack because they're getting charge. Let us remove one of these. And continue going face. The Hunter Hero Power is very good at damage when you want to aggressively lower your enemy's life total. Fortunately, we have this in the deck. 7 mana, 9/5. Oh, it's a beast. It's actually not a very good card because, considering that a few small minions can kill this, it's not really worth that much value, unfortunately. So we gotta do this. We could still play the Core Hound. Or we could play Snapjaw and Razor Pen. I think I like that better.
Don't mess with Tusk. I'm ready.
At this point, we have enough minions to go face.
Tazdingo! Yes!
Yeah. So if we traded that, it would have been the same outcome, except we get 4 extra damage to face. So now we can just play the Core Hound.
I'm ready.
So we assume he doesn't have much. He only has 1 card left in his hand. There won't be anything left on the board. Contest it. We do this. Trade that in so it survives. If we traded this in, this would die instead.
What you looking at?
And that's just a win. What you might find as you play through the basic decks of each of the classes, some classes are easier than others in terms of the basic cards. Like, I would say Mage is probably extremely powerful in terms of its basic cards. So you'll find it much easier to play with Mage basic cards than with some other classes.
Garrosh versus Thrall.
For Doomhammer! Victory or death!
So Warrior doesn't. Some of these cards, these basic cards, are not so great. Like Charge, you know, it doesn't really impact too much. whether you give a minion charge or not. So here we got some minions that you can play early. Fortunately, he plays that first, so... Well, here's a dilemma. If we play that, it dies immediately. But if we don't play it, he's going to play more minions. Also, shamans have the hero power, summon a random totem. Which we'll see.
What you want?
Okay, that's unfortunate. We don't have any minions to play. So, warriors have the hero power. You can gain armor. Which can be pretty useful in some instances.
Ready to ride.
But it's also a weakness because it does not affect the board in any way. Unlike something like a mage power. So you can lose out with warriors sometimes. This is our best option. We can choose to coin this out next turn. Meaning we can play it next turn by playing the coin. We could play the Dragonling. This happens.
Suck, steal,
Let's just play this. It'll be difficult for him to deal with. 7 health is a meaty minion. Except shamans have a card called Hex, which I forgot to mention. So 4 mana, shamans have this card called Hex. It's essentially a polymorph, very similar to polymorph from Mage. Except it turns the minion into a 0/1 frog with taunt.
Handle it.
Okay, that's a pretty good trade if he does that. So Wind Fury. Wind Fury means you can attack twice a turn. So basically just did 8 damage to us. We want to play a big minion here.
The gates are open.
Now here, we would trade this, because it would survive. This goes down to 3 attack, let's trade that in as well. Oh, that removes that. It does take up 6 mana though. So we played a 6 mana minion, he took in 6 mana to do that.
The gates are open.
Now, we could play charge, but it's completely useless in this instance because it can't attack the hero. So that's why this card's not so good. I mean, it can give a minion able to attack a minion straight away, but he didn't have anything at that point. So we have a Fiery War Axe. Well, at this point, you want to get rid of this, so you can continue with your minions. So let's play Heroic Strike instead. Play this.
Charge forward.
Let's also armor up. Hit that. And that's pretty useless. Okay. So we have the option of executes. This is a very it can be a very powerful card, basic card for warrior. You can basically remove a large minion as long as it is damaged. So we can do that here. We could also get discharge. Except that doesn't really help us, but let's just do this first. Like that. Execute. So you can't attack minions. Well, this is not good. What I would recommend doing, then we can just do it here.
Farewell.
Get behind me.
So we're counting our damage. If we hit this in, execute, play Firewall Axe, we're 1 off lethal damage. So instead, let us play this first. We're definitely playing that. We don't quite need the second execute. So what we could do here, we could trade like that, or just play this. Doesn't really matter too much here. But let's do the more conservative one, where we save the full Okay.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
That's pretty big.
Want?
Interesting. Well, we get an easy win there. Let's play with Shaman against Druid.
Thrall versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. For Doomhammer.
Here, I would even think about keeping the Chillwind. Not sure what kind of deck it is. But we have enough. We have a 2-drop here. Okay, so Druids, they are known for mana ramping, basically increasing their mana more quickly than an opponent, which allows them to play high cost mana cards early. That's how they can get an advantage. So he's already at 3 mana. Okay, we don't have anything here. We could win Fury, but it's not really worth it. So let's use our hero power. And that's actually really good because it heals this up. So now he can't use the Druid hero power, which is gives your hero +1 attack and 1 armor. You can't kill it. So now what we could do, we could rock bar to this, try and kill through that, or we could just play a 4-mana Chillwind Yeti. I think I would prefer playing a big minion here. And we can also do this, because our healing totem heals it back to full, so we got value.
They'll never know what hit them.
So now even here we can trade this, and he'll heal back up to 4-2, and it protects our 2-2 as well. And let us play a big 5-mana 5-mana creature. So there's an option here, is that you could rock bite to this and Wind Fury it for 16 base damage. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Unfortunately, if you count everything up, 16, 20, 22, we are too short. So if we don't have enough for lethal, then we should look at other options to protect the board. So instead of rock biting this, we could you can use it on our hero, and that gives our hero 3 attack.
Elements guide me.
Allows us to kill one of the crocodiles. And let us play another children. Now here, if we want to protect our other minions, we can do this.
I'll take him out.
Time for killing.
So basically there, we protect the rest of our minions. Or our 2-2, basically. He had to do a lot of things just to get that dead. It lived for a lot of turns, so we've got a lot of value out of that 2-mana minion. So here, this should be an easy win here. 9 plus this, or we could even win Fury, so let's do that. 10, 14. 9 plus 6 is 15. We might not... Do we have enough? We do that. 10. We actually don't have enough. We were very close. So let us do this. We can win through this, or we could play the Reckless Rocketeer. Now there's literally no way he can win. Sure. Alright. Next one. Should aim to go through these more quickly. The real explanation comes later on when we have to face against other players.
Malfurion versus Anduin.
The light shall bring victory.
I must protect the wild.
Let's just keep one. Okay, that's pretty good. So with the coin going second, we have the option of playing this on turn 2, this on turn 3, and this on turn 4, which is really strong.
What you want?
Yep. Let's proceed. Playing these minions on curve, as it is known, usually gets you that that sort of advantage you need. Because it forces your opponent to react to bigger stats, or efficient stats for that turn. So we'll do this. Play Children. I mean, you might be tempted to play 3 mana just because you have to, but you look at the stats. This in general is not a very good card to have 3 mana stats. Because for 1 mana more, you get 3 more attack and a health. And the taunt at 3 mana like this with this stat distribution is not really good. We got that. So we'll look at replacing this down the line. So this priest keeps using the card Power Wedge Shield, which is a very, very good basic card. Basically gives a minion +2 health and draws a card. And drawing a card is a, you know, pretty sizable benefit. So here we could just trade this. And hero power this down if we really want to. Or we could play Snapjaw. threading like this is kind of weak to certain cards, but we wanted to play this, so let's just play this.
The gates are open.
Doesn't quite trade too well for him. Also playing a Corehound, as I said before, Corehound is not exactly a strong card because it can die to several small minions. Or we could use our 4/1 minion here to get a lot of value. Basically using a 4-mana card that's gone through several trades to kill the 7-mana minion. With the extra card, of course, but and then we hero power this down. And we could play, let's just play this.
Farewell.
The problem with this is this gets damaged at any point. It starts ramping up its attack, so we need to instead attack
Farewell.
face. Could play this.
Farewell.
And why not?
Shot.
At this point I wouldn't. It doesn't really. We want some more minions on the board, so let's just have a 1/1. This guy has mind blasted me twice, but there's no way he's getting through all this. Alright, that's just an easy win.
Farewell.
Now, Corehound might be okay in these situations, but if you're playing against better decks, they have more ways to remove a 9/5 minion. So it actually becomes not so good. And we'll see that later on. So here we go, we got our first classic pack. Our next intro quest is complete a game in play mode. So why not? I think now we should look at our collection.
Welcome to the collection manager. You can edit your deck to add your newest cards.
So let's go with Mage. Our Mage is the, as I said, the class with very strong basic cards. We want to add in Frostbolt. I think we'll make a few changes here. So instead of waste of Snapdraw, we can always add in Chillwind Yeti, which is saw in our other decks. And also in the basic set that we are given, you can replace the Bloodfen Raptor with a Acidic Swampooze. Because the only advantage of this is Beast. It has a Beast tag, which is good for Hunter. And Druid sometimes, but for Mage it's not very useful. We'd rather have this with Battlecry to be able to destroy opponents' weapons. And what else would we replace? I mean, Melk Raider is kind of, you know, it's a vanilla stat minion based on just stats, but we could try Elven Archer instead. And what else do we have here? When it comes to health, enemy player health, I'd rather have 5 mana 4/4 that can grow depending on how many minions we have on the board. So basically this can be a bigger than a 4/4. Well, this will always stay at 4/4. So let's take that instead. And we need to put the Frostbolt in. I'm thinking of cutting the Arcane Explosion. The reasons is because it's not really too strong against other players with their small, like they're not gonna have that many small minions. Not always. Let's cut that. Try that. We can always change it. And Raid Leader. Now, Raid Leader is good if you have more minions. But if you only have a few minions on the board, then Shattered Sun becomes a better option. So let's try that. So basically, you know, it gives the friendly minion +1/+1. It gives health as well. So this is not bad. We could try Wolf Rider. We could try Razorfen instead. Kind of like Razorfen because it gives more solid stats rather than just a 3-1, which will die. Even though it has charge, which might come in handy, but okay, we can go with this.